welcome here to TalkFCB. And before we even go into tonight's game, guys, even before the match, we knew that we were in the Europa League. Now already, that is a complete and utter disaster. And it's simply due to the fact here that we haven't performed in the Champions League group stage. But even before this game kicked off, yes, we knew that we were eliminated. But having said all of that, we still had a chance. We still had an opportunity against Bayern Munich at the Camp Nou. And you look at all the fans in there tonight, near sellout crowd, all of them paying big money, I'm sure, to watch this game. And what did we do? Absolutely nothing. A lifeless performance, knocked out of the Champions League, in the Europa, and beaten again. Yet again. By Bayern tonight. We have to talk about this. And we have to go in to the problems we're having right now. So let's just do it. Because let's start with one of the biggest problems, in my opinion, tonight. Let's just start here with the lineup. Because we have in goal Marc-Andre ter Stegen. It was good to see Alejandro Balde given a start at left back. Bellerin at right back. We'll come on to that. Alonso at centre back. We'll come on to that too. Now in midfield, you've got Frenkie de Jong supported there by Sergio Busquets. Once again we see Pedri pushed out to the left-hand side. Tonight, instead of Gavi, it was Kessié who was more advanced, Dembele on the right, and Lewandowski leading the line. Now, the problem is with this forward midfield situation, because we've spoken about 4-2-3-1 and how that could benefit us and how we have players like Frenkie, like Kessié, who can play as a 2, but now it almost feels as though Xavi has actually changed shape just to accommodate Busquets. He's seen the performances of Frenkie de Jong, he's seen that they're good, that they're quality, and he thought, okay, I can't drop Busquets though, I can't keep him out of my team. How am I going to keep him in there? Right, we have to play then with 2. Why are we doing this? Why is Franck Kessié playing as an attacking midfielder when he could easily just play next to Frenkie de Jong? Why are we pushing one of our best players, if not the best player at Barça, out on the left-hand side? We could have Pedri in that central position. We could have a natural attacking player out on the left-hand side. Why are we sort of shifting everything around just to accommodate Busquets? And then there's our defence. Now look, I know we have injuries. We have Araujo out. We have Christensen out. So I'm not even going to talk there about the fact that we're playing Marcos Alonso at centre-back. What does that say, by the way, for Eric Garcia? That Alonso is ahead of you in the pecking order at centre-back. But right back, what has happened there? We spent all that money in the summer, all of the players that we brought in, and we start the season with Sergio Roberto and Hector Bellerin as your only natural right backs. What on earth was the plan there? Right from the word go, there wasn't one. Because we much rather, at the end of the window, we were so focused on signing who? Marcos Alonso. He was the priority, going out and signing another left back instead of properly focusing on that right back position. And this is the thing right now, guys, and this is the kind of emotion that I'm feeling right now, because I'm not just angry that we're out of the Champions League, I'm not just angry here that we slipped again into the Europa, but I'm actually very frustrated right now. For me, looking at this Barcelona team, looking at the players that came on tonight, the players that make impacts when they come on in games, it almost feels to me like we should be doing better. Like, actually now at Barcelona, we are underperforming. Because for many, many months now, we've been building, we've been growing again, we've been working our way back up with the squad and refreshing and all of that stuff. Now, it feels like we have a lot of the players. We have good players in this Barcelona team, but are we getting the best out of them? Are we actually seeing this team right now play at its potential? Are they getting the chances? Are they being played in positions that suit them? I don't know, and I'm not happy about that. That's the frustration right now, the feeling that we're not doing enough with what we have. And I just want to get one thing straight as well, because a lot of people say, tonight, commentators and analysts on TV, they're talking about this game, Barca not performing in this game against Bayern. They were all saying it's so tough, though, for the Barcelona players. Before the game, they knew they were out, and obviously it's difficult then to come and play in this kind of game. I mean, are you for real? Is that genuine there? How much are these players being paid every week? How much are they earning to actually go out there and perform? Now, if they'd have performed in the past 3 group games, maybe they would have had something to play for tonight. Maybe all of the people that came to the stadium would have had something to cling on to. And I think the players tonight had a responsibility that no matter what, they did perform. They did show up. And that That is the very, very least that we deserve tonight. Something to restore a bit of pride amongst us Barcelona fans, a bit of dignity. And I think that sums up our mentality in this team right now. It shows we're still not there with the very, very best. Because I ask you to look at Bayern. Now, you imagine they were coming into this game tonight with effectively nothing really to play for. If they were feeling as though this is a game that's quite empty, would they have let Barça walk all over them? Would they have let Barça come into their stadium, a packed stadium, and just play through them like it was nothing? They wouldn't have accepted that because they would want to win. Whether it meant something, whether it didn't, they win. It's as simple as that, and we don't have that right now. We pick and choose our battles. We decide when we want to really go for it, when it's worth playing for, when it's not, when we're going to rest players, when we're going to give everything. Nonsense. We have to start winning and ranking that above anything else. And I think when you are being fair, guys, when you're analysing everything about this Champions League group stage campaign for Barca, questions will have to be asked of Xavi. There's no getting away from that. There's no getting around that there. He is not immune to criticism. He's not immune there to pressure on his position. Because I think when you're looking at what we've done in the Champions League group stage, all the money that we spent, the gamble, let's not forget, that we took in the summer to almost make sure that we were ready for this season, that we put everything into doing it now and to fail and to obviously miss out now on that potential Champions League prize money because we have won just once in 5 Champions League games this season. That one win came at home against Plzen. That is unacceptable. We should have done better in our games. There's no good saying, well, we've been unfortunate, we've had injuries. That works for one game. That's okay to get you out of one bad performance, one sceptical game. But for 4 games there, to go without a win, to actually fall down and not perform in 4 Champions League games in a row, there's no excuse for that. You can't get out of that. You can't make any excuse for that. And we've got to take ownership right now. We have to accept responsibility. And a lot of that it's unavoidable. It's going to fall at Xavi's door. And he is going to have to come up with here answers to the questions that we as Barcelona fans are asking right now. I think we have a long, long, hard look at everything that's gone on. We're going to be talking in videos to come about where the blame lies, who is at fault, and all of this kind of stuff. But the bottom line is right now, we, again this season, we failed in the Champions League for a club of this stature to end up in the Europa. It was unthinkable, guys. Last season, we had our problems. Last season, we were really going through it. Lots of different things on and off the field. I could understand how it all happened. But for this season, to fail in this group and end up in the Europa again, it is nothing short of a disaster. However, and let's all just here take a long, deep breath. Let's just take a minute, take a moment to just relax the emotions. Because I would also just like to say this. The crowd tonight inside of the stadium, many of those Barcelona fans, nearly all of them, and indeed all of us here, we have stuck with the team. We have supported the team. We have stayed loyal to this team. We have gone through, I would like to say ups and downs, but let's be fair, guys, over the past few years, it's been downs and downs. We've been right at the bottom, really trying to get out, doing everything we possibly can to grab our way out. But here we are today. Now, I just want to say, this season can still be rescued. We are in the Europa League. We're out with the Champions League. That is, like I say, a disaster. But in the league, we are 3 points back from Real Madrid. In the Copa del Rey, yet to even begin, all of that kind of stuff. In the Europa, whatever you want to say about winning that. But the key point right now is we do have quality. We do have a good squad. Now, there's things that we need to do about it. There's things that we need to change. There's players that we need to bring in. There's players that need to depart. All of that stuff. But the foundations of this team, they are good. There's potential there. It's not as though I would look at Juventus right now and say, okay, Juve are in a real mess. Barca have quality. They do have something to fall back on, but we have to see that potential realised. Now, I'm looking at Xavi, I'm looking at the club to actually use these players properly. Get the results that we should be getting, and that means changing things. That means looking at ourselves and saying, okay, enough is enough now. We've gone through so many of these moments. We've gone through many of these times over and over and over again. Let's learn. Let's actually wake up. Look around you. Look at what's happening. Change now. And we're going to be talking about what needs to change. About starting from this moment here. You can't keep making mistakes. You can't keep suffering at this level because at this club, it simply won't be accepted. So please, guys, do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below today. Obviously, we've ended up pretty disastrous day, in all honesty with you. You know, it's not what we wanted. It's not what we needed, any of us fans. And then to go into that Bayern game, yeah, nothing on the line, nothing to play for, all of that nonsense. We've lost 3-0 against Bayern. It's a bad game, a bad performance, a bad result on top of everything else. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your reactions and your feelings and your emotions, and we will be back tomorrow to discuss it all, to discuss lots more, because there is more that needs to be said. I'll see you then. Thank you indeed for watching, for tuning in, for sticking with me on the channel. We will go again, and we will rise again. And I'll see you soon. But until next time, as always, Vishka El Barça!